today is how I set up all these single automations with AI to generate millions of views. As you can see right here, we got 8.2.6 million traffic on the YouTube channel. You can see the LinkedIn traffic is flying off the moon, a million just over the last year, and you can see that's dramatically increasing over time. Here's another example. This is Twitter. So if we look over the last year here, you can see that with AI again and the content creation process, I'm going to show you, we generated, let me show you right here, we generated 19.1 million impressions along with 735,000 media views, 616,000 video views. And another example of how we did this with AI SEO. Here's another example. And here is another example of how we got 3.5 million organic traffic with SEO using AI, right? And I'm going to break down every single process, every single template, every single workflow that is working for me right now to build this sort of empire so that you never need to worry about getting customers again. You never need to worry about getting traffic again. You never need to worry about getting leads again, because this creates an absolutely insane workflow that I'm going to guide you through. And also, I've created a bunch of custom tools and a bunch of custom prompts that you can implement straight away if you want to. Basically, I'm just going to show you everything that's working for me with AI content generation, how I've reached over 10 million people online for free organically, how you can easily post 100 pieces of high quality content daily. And if you never want to worry about getting customers, leads, traffic, etc., this is the place to be. All right, so we're going to get straight into it, and I'm going to share exactly what's working for me. We're going to start straight off the bat with SEO, because obviously most people watching this are really into SEO. I'm going to give you 3 different options for this and content creation, and then in a minute we'll come on to YouTube and everything else. And by the way, if you just want to get all of this personalized to you, just feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session. Links in the comments description. As you can see, this is based on what took this website from 1 click a day to 87 clicks a day, and that is increasing over time using the exact same process. So if it's helping you, feel free to smash a like on this video. I'm going to get straight into it. So what you can see here as well is we got 3.5 million traffic from organic SEO right there. And additionally, if we open up this example, you can see the organic traffic for this website is flying as well. I'm going to show you how to automate this. Additionally, if we search for a keyword like best rapid website indexer, you can see this is working for my SEO content. So you can see my content ranking right there. If we take another keyword, like for example, best SEO speakers, you can see me ranking #1 right there. If we take another keyword like perplexity SEO, you can see me ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways on the first page of Google just for this one single keyword, right? And so what I'm trying to tell you here is that these processes work, they work beautifully. And if you implement them, you can get very similar results. What I would recommend is you probably take one of these processes and you implement it 100 minutes a day for 100 days. But let me show you exactly how this works in 3 different steps. So the first case study that I want to show you, this was built using auto blogging. Now I'm going to show you how to actually take this content and chop it up into 100 different pieces of content, so you can just not just reach 87 people a day, as you can see with this particular website that's increasing all the time, but also so that you can chop it up in 100 different ways, and then you can get even more traffic based on what's working for me. Basically, the whole process for this, and I'll simplify it as much as I can because it works in 3 simple steps. You create the content. How do you create it? You find 50 easy keywords, use a tool like auto blogging AI. You're going to focus on question-based keywords and aim for a mix of informational and content buyer intent keywords, right? Then after that, you draft the content. After that, you edit it and quality control it. And that's basically it. And that's how we did it, for example, for these 3 websites right here, along with this website right here. That's my main go-to process when it comes to creating content with AI, just because it's so easy and it's so predictable, as you can see right here. Additionally, you can rinse this and repeat it as already shown you. Plus, you've got the quality control systems inside this SB. So that is option #1. The next option that I want to show you is you can actually use something like Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and this can automate everything from start to finish, including the keywords. Now, the reason that I like this is just that it creates such good content. So if we plug in the niche, and I'll show you how to basically get all the traffic in a minute across multiple platforms. So using this one single strategy, this is the engine that's going to power up everything else inside the business. But we start with SEO. And so, for example, we can plug in our niche. So let's put in our niche, for example, like perplexity AI SEO, or let's put, for example, AI SEO as the niche. What this is going to do is generate keywords for us on demand using this one single prompt. It's having a little think about it, and then it'll get back to us in a second. After that, Then we're going to create the content. How do you create the content? You just generate an outline like you can see right here. Now, why is Claude being so slow, my friends? If it's slow, what I'd recommend, especially if you're on a live stream, is you try something else. So what we're going to do is plug that into ChatGPT. Instead, I'm going to put niches SEO, keyword research, do this, and then we are good to go. You can see it's generating a bunch of long tail ideas straight off the bat, right? So for example, give me some examples for my niche, and Claude is broken. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a bunch of keyword ideas right there. And so using this prompt right here, you can easily generate keywords. Then you're going to do the content outline. After that, you're going to generate the content, and you can use a prompt like this to generate the content. So that's two different options, right? Number one is with Autoblog and AI. Number two is with Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And then number three, this is what I really like to do, is I will take existing videos that I've created and then turn those into blog posts with Perplexity using the transcript, right? So for example, you can see here, this is how I'm ranking so many times for Perplexity AI SEO, is because we're generating content like you can see right here using this process. Now, if you're wondering how does this work step by step, basically to create the content, I just go into Descript, pull in the video that I've created. So we can take this one, for example, we'll open that up. And then using Descript in one single click, I can scroll down to draft the blog post, put in my keyword, Perplexity, AI SEO, hit submit, and we can generate the content using that process right there. And the content that comes out is pretty nice if you ask me. So we're going to wait for that to load, and you can see it's generating the content right here step by step, and it's creating something nice and repeatable, as you can see right here. It even uses the prompts, generates the content, we're good to go, right? And then you just quality control it using that process. And that's basically how I did it in step number one. Now I'm just going to switch my camera. Let me just change that over right there for you. And so that's method number one, which is SEO. And SEO can get you quite a few million traffic in itself. As an example of that, you can see right here on my YouTube channel, we have 0.5 million traffic from Google search right there, right? 94% of the traffic that we got to this channel comes from Google search for external traffic. So the process works really well. And that's how we do step number one, which is SEO. Then what we're going to do is move on to YouTube. Now, this is how I got 8.2 million views. Let me open this up right here. And you're basically creating a content factory. This is how I can create content so quickly and so many times. So you can see here, 8.3 million traffic. Basically, I just produce videos every single day. If we look at, say, the last 28 days, we'll see how much traffic we got. So we got 410,000 views. We made $4,500 from ads alone. And basically, if you look at my process right here, I'm creating videos every day. As you can see, I literally just hit record for 10, 15 minutes, record a quick video using AI. How do I do that? Just go to Descript and record right there. Then I have an editor who will chop it up into shorts. So you can see, for example, 500 views, 500 views, 500 views, etc. Some of these shorts get thousands of views, in fact. Then what I like to do as well is just create a longer, more slower paced tutorial of my existing content, right? So just to recap, I create videos daily right here. Then I'm going to create some shorts. Then I'm going to create a live stream, which breaks down the normal videos in a bit more detail. And then finally, what I do as well is I post on the community. I just give away stuff, and if people want it, they just comment, right? So for example, 451 comments on that single post right there. This is how we can reach so many people using the same process. And so if you look at the growth over time, like you can see, we've got 410,000 views in the last 28 days on this channel. If we go to July, let's see how many views we got back then. We got 53,000 views. And if we go to June, you can see we got 224,000 views, right? So this channel is growing quite a lot. We're at 400,000 views per day. And basically all we do is we create 4 different types of content: YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, YouTube community, and 4-hour bundles, right? And if you're wondering, okay, how do I create the videos? I've actually got this SOP checklist right here. And it basically breaks down exactly how I create videos, right? So I record with Descript, then I create like a curiosity-driven hook. I'm going to create about content for about 10 minutes, very actionable, lots of value, etc. You know my videos and you know what they're like. And then from there, we're going to edit it in Descript. So you can see you can edit videos like a blog post inside Descript. You can delete any words you don't like, etc. And then we get a nice thumbnail, we get a nice title, and then we publish it. That's pretty much it when it comes to videos. Just to recap on the YouTube process, we create YouTube videos daily. How do we do that? We use this checklist right here, as you can see. Then you're going to be like, how do you create the shorts? I don't actually personally create the shorts. I hired someone to do it for me. And I've actually got this SOP that breaks down exactly what I do, right? Basically, the video editor will take my existing videos, chop them up, and create something much nicer with that process. How do they do that? So they create like a really clickbait title, as you can see right here, and then they go for like really value-driven content that blows the minds. And this works in like a very repeatable, predictable format, I would say. So let me just find the format. So basically, what they do is they hook the watcher and then they provide value and entertain. That's basically what they do. Over and over again, if you look at the short form videos on this channel, you can see that basically what we do is we create a clickbait title, then we create a hook in the introduction, then we create value, and then we're good to go. That's basically how it goes step by step. So that's how to do the shorts and how to outsource the long form videos as well. And then from here for the YouTube community posts, this is how we do it, right? And I'll come on to this in a second. So for YouTube community posts to get a lot of views, basically what we say is, I'm giving away this, it's something about you. Do you want it? If you do, here's what to do, right? And that just works over and over again, as you can see right here. Now, if you're wondering, okay, how do you create the perfect two-step post? I've actually got this checklist right here. So basically what you would do is start off with a trending, valuable, and free giveaway. Then you would copyright it like so. Obviously, first line should be benefit driven, short 3 to 4 lines. Every line should be value driven. Bold the most important parts, add a few emojis, etc. Then you're going to add a bright, clear, attention grabbing image. You can use the image from the video, then CTA to follow and reply yes. That's basically how it goes step by step. And so just to recap on that, I've talked you through how we create videos every single day in about 15 minutes using Descript. Just hit record, edit it in Descript, publish, right? For short form videos, your editor is just going to take the video, then they're going to use this SEO, chop it up into a hook, then value driven entertainment video, and you're good to go. And then for community posts, you just create an interesting two-step that people would actually like. Usually I just post one of those per day. Actually, it's my team that posts it, but yeah, you get the idea. And the final thing that I want to show you is 4-hour bundles, right? How do we create these 4-hour bundles? As an example of that, let me show the video from today, which is 4-hour bundle. So if you look at the content that we produced today, you can see this video was 4 hours long. It's already got 232 views in literally the first hour, as you can see right here. Got a decent click-through rate, as you can see, and it's got a good watch time. And so the way that we do that is basically I just take all the videos that I've produced on one single topic that I know people are interested in that topic. I chop them down, remove the filler words, make it studio sound, cut out all the silences, etc. And then from there, I turn it into a 4-hour bundle that's just plastered together with all my best videos on that topic. So for example, if you look at this video, where is it? They've got 48,000 views 11 days ago. This video right here is 5 hours long. And basically all it is, because I know that people want to learn about how to make money online, I just wrap up and bundle all my best videos about that particular topic. And so the beautiful thing about this is, and this is why I call it a content factory, is that you just need to create one thing and then you can generate many other things from it, right? You're basically double, triple, or quadruple dipping with the same piece of content. What do I mean by that? For example, if I post a video daily that's a long form, as you can see right here. So if I post a long form video like this, I can use it as a short. So my team can turn it into a short. My team can then also turn it into a community post to generate more leads. And then additionally, we can turn it into a live stream. So I can break it down step by step. And then finally, to quintuple drip on it, right? We can just turn that into a bundle once a week where we wrap up all the best videos on that particular. And so one single video that might take you 15 minutes can power your whole business and generate 4 or 5 times the amount of leads using this process, right? Just to show you an example of how this works. Let's say you have an SEO blogger. Let's start with YouTube as an example, right? We'll start with YouTube. So most people think that you just create one single video and that's it, job done. And I would say that's the wrong way to do it, man, because it's not very high leverage, right? If I just created one video and only got that amount of views from it, it wouldn't be very useful. Whereas, for example, if I can create a long form, right? And then I can create a short, and then I'll create a 4-hour bundle. And after that, we can turn it into a community post. And then finally, we can turn it into a live stream, right? We've got 5x the amount of views from the same amount of work involved. And so it's really easy to just power up your whole business with 5 times the amount of leads and 5 times the amount of attention, which always leads to traffic, sales, and money using this process. And so that's basically what we do. We rinse and repeat it over and over again. And then we'll take that YouTube content and we'll turn it into a blog post using the SEO, which is this one right here, right? And we turn those videos into blog posts. As you can see, this is basically the process. That's how you do it step by step. Got a whole SEO on it. How does it work? you prepare the video transcript, draft a blog post, format it nicely. And then also, we don't just create one single blog post from that video, we create one on LinkedIn. Then we're going to create one on Medium, right? We'll create one on Twitter. We'll post it to my website. We might post it to Reddit, right? And so with that one single video, as I was talking right here, you're creating this crazy content factory, because also what you're doing is you're going to create a blog, as you can see right here. And then with that blog, we can post that to Medium. We can post that to my website. We can also post that to LinkedIn. Additionally, we can post that to Reddit. And using this process, we can also post that to Twitter as an article. And so again, most people think that the work just stops with a single video, but actually you can create a long form video, a short video, a 4-hour bundle, a community post, a live stream, and then you can create a blog for Medium, your website, Twitter, and also Reddit. And so essentially over and over again, we can use that one single video and then 10 dip it or 20 dip it, as I'll show you later, right? Now, Goal says, how do you make sure they don't qualify as duplicate content when you post several articles across different platforms? So when I'm using this process of taking videos to create blog posts, what I'm going to do is I will just go back and generate it each time. And so we'll draft a blog post using Descript right here. As you can see, it's going to generate it. And once that's generated, then I'm going to generate another one. And it's going to be completely unique because ChatGPT or Descript is already creating it from scratch again. And then we can generate another one. And just over and over again, we can generate more content and then quality control it using the process. Right? And so that's basically it. That's how we create 5 different blogs from one single video and rank many times over, as you can see right here. For example, if we put Perplexity AI SEO strategies into Google, you can see that for that keyword, you can see that we're ranking with Medium, YouTube once, twice, 3, 4, so 5 times we're ranking for that keyword. Then if we keep scrolling down, we're ranking on LinkedIn twice. And yeah, just works over and over again, as you can see. And so coming back to that process, this is basically how it works. We create a blog, Medium, website, Twitter, Reddit. We get 5x the amount of traffic for one single blog, which came from one single YouTube video. And the cool thing about this is it's very, very scalable, because when you're doing this, you don't have to do it. Your team can do it. And you can get someone quite affordable to do it for you. It's not you have to pay top dollar for something like this. You just pay a fair amount based on how long it takes. If you take someone 30 minutes to create 5 different blogs, then you can do that using this process. Johnny says, you do mention that all the content is different for each platform. Absolutely. Yeah, so as an example of that, if we go back to Medium, and then we shall scroll down and we'll go to LinkedIn, and we'll compare these 2 pieces of content. So you can see even the title itself, totally different on these 2 pages, totally different. And the content itself, totally different. And also, the other cool thing here you can do is you can take the video and embed it inside your content, so you get more views on the video itself, as well as the actual blog. And so you're 100xing the amount of content that you do. And it's the way that I got to explain this, right? If you're, say, a tree surgeon, let's say you're a tree surgeon, right? If you're a tree surgeon, the work that you actually get paid for is cutting down the tree. That's what you get paid for. But actually, if you could figure out a way to sell the sawdust as well that comes from the tree, then you can make even more money with the same amount of work. It's exactly the same with SEO. If you can do one single video or one single blog post, and then you use that to 10x or 20x the reach of it with this map right here, you can reach way more people. All Types Everything says, would Claude be better to rewrite the articles? I really like Descript. I think the way that Descript writes the content is super nice, and also it's very easy to do. And then again, like I say, you just quality control it, right? So you run through that SEO checklist inside the SOPs to make sure the content is the best it possibly can be. And then Johnny says, how well does it translate into blog posts from videos to blogs? Does it give usable results that you have to edit a lot? So here's an example. Right, let me run through some of my recent examples on my LinkedIn profile right here. And you do need to quality control this, right? So it's not going to be perfect. You definitely have to quality control your content before you post it live. But if you want to see an example of this, let's have a look. The other cool thing I would say about this is when I'm creating videos on YouTube, what I can actually do is I can showcase case studies that are very unique. And so when I create these videos, I'm creating information gain, because I'm showing unique experiments that have never been shown before. And so when I create a blog about it as well, it's completely unique content to everything else that's out there as well. As an example of that, you can see it mentions 3 different case studies inside my auto blogging AI content right here. And if you actually read the content yourself, it's pretty good. For example, today I'm going to show you how auto blogging AI can help turn your website into an SEO powerhouse. We'll dive into real case studies and break down the step-by-step process. Then it breaks down the step-by-step process. Then it gives very actionable steps right there. And so it translates beautifully from a blog or a video into another blog, as you can see right here. And it's really easy. Goal says, can you automate this entire process with Make? You can, but I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. I think you can, and I've thought about it, but I'm like, I'd still rather have some human touches in there, particularly if it's for your personal brand, right? If you're posting onto LinkedIn, etc., then you want to be careful what you post. And it reflects on you, the type of content you post. So that's why I like to have my virtual assistants edit the content and proofread it before they publish it, just to be careful. Ahmed says, it's a request, by the way. Thank you for your effort. Not sure what the request is, but feel free to ask. And then John says, yeah, Make is a flow solution. Yeah, it's a flow solution where the content itself, it still requires some editing. And also, the thing is as well, I don't think it looks natural if you don't post this. If you automate the actual posting, I don't think that looks natural to these platforms. Whereas if you get a human to upload the content, then that feels and looks a lot more natural, which means that you're less likely to get your website or your profile taken down. So that's basically what's working for me when it comes to SEO. So just to recap on this whole process so far, we've talked about automate it right here with this process. I've given you 3 different SOPs and options that you can use right there. Then you can see on YouTube, we can use this process. So on YouTube, basically we're creating YouTube videos, YouTube shorts. We are creating 2-step posts on community, and we're also posting live streams. And that's how we can chop up our content to get 8.2 million views just on that one single platform. I'm going to come on to Twitter in a second, but we've got some questions right here. So let me check some of these questions and we'll get straight into it in a second. So Johnny says, do we have to give away free stuff for the funnel hook, or can we just link to a paid product and try to sell from there based on your experience? So I don't like to sell on the front end. I'll tell you why. Because people are very unlikely to buy from you until they have value from you, right? Until they fully trust you. And so the best way to create trust, just like I'm doing on this live stream right here, is by giving away massive value. The more value you can give, the more likely people are to buy from you, and the more likely are to like you, right? Like we have regular viewers of the live streams or the long form videos, like for example, Golda Rabana. And so when people tune in to the live streams and we give value every single time, eventually they're going to be like, oh, how do I buy from you? Or how do I hire from you, etc. And so what I'd recommend is that you give all the secrets and all the value up front to create goodwill, and that goodwill will travel faster than money. Whereas, for example, if you give away stuff and send people to your paid stuff, they're not going to interact with it that well. It's not going to go viral. It's not going to be shared, and people won't be as interested, right? And so that's basically how it goes. Golda Rabana says, insane value. This is the content factory you've mentioned before. Thank you so much. Happy to help. And we shall keep going through it. Now, if you want the video notes, if you want to just keep going with me, what I'm going to do is I'll put this into my free course. So if you go to the traffic diversification section of my free course, and then inside the content factory section right here, I will put the video notes inside the video description, right? So if you want access to this, just go to the free course, link in the comments description, then go to traffic diversification once you've logged in, and the video notes are in the description right there. That's basically how it goes, step by step. So we've covered SEO, we've covered YouTube. Now what we're going to do is get into Twitter. Now, Twitter, if you want to see an example of how we use Twitter to reach so many people, let me show you some results right here. So I'm just going to open this up and I will bookmark that. We'll close all of these because we're getting too many tabs and I'm getting tab anxiety, honestly. So what you can see right here is that we reached 19.1 million people. We had 11,800 shares, 616,000 media views. Sorry, 735,000 media views, and video views, we got 616,000, right? Some days we'll even reach like crazy amounts, like maybe 213, maybe, let's have a look, 192,000 people in one single day. Let me share my screen. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you can see here on Twitter, we're reaching 213,000 people a day sometimes. This is using the automation right here. And what we do, let me show you the examples of content right here. When we're on Twitter, we'll just post stuff like this, as you can see. So we'll post like little giveaways, we'll post mega trainings, we'll post different videos chopped up. So that's the other thing. You can actually syndicate on Twitter little clips of your videos. I like to use Vizard for this, Vizard AI. That's the one that I gave to my team to use. With Vizard AI, you can actually chop up your content into little short form clips like this. This is 50 seconds long. And you see you've got 2,155 views. The cool thing about this is, right, if you don't get any views on your YouTube video, don't be sad, because you can post that to Twitter, and Twitter is really pushing videos right now. And so with Twitter, as you can see right here, with Twitter, we are actually posting video clips. We post 2-step clips as well. So two-step posts. We post articles, as we talked about earlier. And then we'll also post daily CTAs, not to buy from us, but to book in a free call with us, right? So we still give away free stuff directly on Twitter as well, as you can see, right? And so this is the type of content we produce. We're using two steps, we're using videos. We also like to create threads. So that's another thing that we like to do. And we create the threads based on my previous videos. So we create threads as well, as you can see right there. And yeah, that's basically the process so far. So I'm just going to hide this comment so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So from YouTube, we go to Twitter, then we create a two-step, we create a video, we create a thread, we create a CTA, and we create, as you can see right here, some articles. That's basically how we can 5x reach on Twitter from that one single video over here. Ahmad says, please make a detailed video on Turkle. You might do, but I think you have to be careful what you show when it's related to that sort of stuff. Kent says, can you help? I need backlinks, but also my hand held in terms of general SEO. Do you think we should have two separate companies, one link? Or I would just have one single company, but then also it's hard to say in your situation. In fact, if you're not sure about that, just feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session and we can show you in a second. M Shift says, parasites like LinkedIn and Medium are not even ranking in the top 10 for easy keywords. What should be the strategy? I've shown you the strategy and proof of what's ranking for us already. And CX says, do you have any technical video on how you do Descript and the workflow for it? Yeah, I actually have a video on YouTube. If you check it out, if you're wondering, okay, how does Julian do Descript? If we type in Descript into link YouTube, as you can see, right, I've got this video breaking it down. I'll put it in the video notes from today as well. I've put the video down there for you. But yeah, I have a video breaking it down, as you can see right here. Johnny says, are you making money from Twitter ads? So we just rely completely on organic on Twitter. We don't run any ads on Twitter. And the reason for that is just like you get such a good reach anyway that we don't see the need to pay for ads. As you can see right here, 19.1 million people reached. It's just absolutely wild that you can achieve that for free. You don't need to pay for ads. And we get a lot of clients from Twitter. We get a lot of boardroom sales. We get a lot of SEO Elite Circle sales, etc. And so it works really well over and over again. And so just to recap, I've given you 3 different SOPs for SEO. I've given you my checklist for YouTube along with my video SOP, my shorts SOP, and my 2 steps, plus I've guided you through how I create live streams as well. And then I've also taught you through Twitter, right? So we create engagement threads, 2 steps, videos. And the other thing that we like to do is we use the greatest hits method. What do I mean by the greatest hits method? For example, if we have a video that absolutely pops off, for example, let's say this post right here ends up getting 10 or 20,000 views. What we're going to do is we're going to repost that in the future using exactly the same content to get exactly the same amount of reach, because we know if that works out today, then it's going to work over and over again, and it is completely free to do. Neil says, do we need X Premium? It does help, but you don't need it. Golda Rabana says, can you start posting on a brand new Twitter account with no followers? Absolutely. We all started from 0, right? Every single person on Twitter started from 0. And Johnny says, if you pay for the blue tick, Elon gives you a cut from the impressions on your posts. I think it does help. I think it does help, but you don't need it, right? Like we started off without a Twitter premium account and it was totally fine. So what I've also done here is I've given you 3 different tools that we use for number 1, content creation. So I've got the 100x machine and I've got the the sales copyright machine right here. So both of these tools right here can generate content from your existing blogs or videos as a content factory. As an example of that, right? If I take the title from here, I'm going to plug that into this tool. I'm going to say, do your magic on this. And then we'll also do it directly on there as well, as you can see. And what you can see here is that it's generating the content using this process. Pretty easy and simple to do, right? And so all you do is you literally plug in the title and then it generates a social media post for you, generates the emails for you, it generates a Twitter thread, etc., generates a reply yes thread, right? Really easy and simple to do using this process right here. And so if you want to copy and steal it from me, you can. Same for the sales copyright machine, does exactly the same thing. Now, if you look at our posts, you can see that we use AI to generate them, but the actual content itself is really nice because we quality check it before we post it. And that was all done using a single title from a video. And so just coming back to this model right here on Twitter, 2 steps, videos, articles, CTAs, and then threads. 5 different types of content from one single video. Now, additionally, what I want to show you right here, this is a projections template that you can make a copy of. So just go to File, Make a Copy. And this is basically how we've grown from 55,000 impressions a day all the way down to 8,000 impressions a day. And if you want to get similar results, basically what we do is each day, my team will predict how many impressions they expect to get today. And then they're going to say, I need to post 3 2 steps, 20 threads, and 4 videos. That's my prediction. And then we measure the inputs, the end results at the end of the day. So how many 2-step impressions, how many threads impressions, how many video impressions, and how many total impressions, as you can see right here. And so using this process right here, we can figure out, okay, what do we need to do to hit our target? So for example, 55,000 expected, 57,000 achieved. Same for LinkedIn, as you can see right here. Same for TikTok, same for IG. If we scroll down, you can see, for example, our TikTok impressions each day are increasing. We basically do the same process. So we predict how many impressions you expect to get today, how many videos you need to post to achieve that, how many total impressions did you get. Same for TikTok. So that was for IG, as you can see, Instagram. But for TikTok, we do the same, right? We're like, how many impressions do you expect to get today? We'll fill that in early in the morning. Then we're going to say, I need to post 8 videos to achieve that, to get 2,200 impressions. Did I achieve it? Yes. Okay, highlight it green. If I didn't achieve it, highlight it red because I didn't achieve it. And so using this process right here, we can easily predict and scale and hit our targets every single day, because in the morning, we project how many views we need to get. In the evening, we project how many views did we actually get? And then in the middle, we figure out how many videos do we need to post to achieve that results. And so if you're wondering, by the way, where the video notes are from today, just log into the free SEO course, go to traffic diversification, and then from there, go to content factory, as I've showed earlier. Johnny says, does your SOP share where you get your video ideas from? So the main thing with video ideas is like you go for something new and unique that's never been seen before. And so that's really what you want to do. And that's the process. So you can't really steal that from anyone else. And M Shiv says, off topic, how did you grow your hair back? So this is pretty crazy. Yeah. If you look at my hair, like it's grown a lot since last year, over the last 12 months. And basically I had a hair transplant back in February, start of February, and it grew back really quickly. So yeah, recommend it. Life changing, honestly. I get compliments on my hair 10x more than I used to. So if you want compliments, do that. And so you can see here, this is basically the spreadsheet we use and the template we use, which you can copy to get as many views as you want. And then you can see each day what we do is we track the date, the platform, the post, the type of post, and then the impressions, right? And we do that every single day. We rinse and repeat it. We do not stop. We stay consistent to the system. And then over time, it gradually grows. So you can see we've been doing that every single day for days and days. And that's how you go from 55,000 impressions a day to 100,000 impressions a day using this process. And so if you want all those tools and all those projection templates, etc., you've got it right here. Now, just to recap, we post 4 pieces of content at least per day on YouTube. Then we post from one single video about 5 different articles, all quality checked using the content checklist. On Twitter, we post about 46 posts per day. And then on LinkedIn, we do something similar. So LinkedIn, we use the same tools. So for example, we use the content machine, we use the sales copyright machine, and we use the projections template that I just showed you. And on LinkedIn, let me show you some of the content that we produce and also the results that we got. So on LinkedIn, additionally, what you can see here is that our projections and our views over time are increasing all the time, right? And so we got 1 million impressions and views over the last 12 months using this process. And if you look at the type of content we create, here you go. So here's an example of the type of content we create. A lot of 2 steps, a lot of interesting posts, etc. A lot of reshares, commenting other people's content, etc. Some of these get pretty good impressions, like 1,000 impressions right there. And just to recap on LinkedIn. So for LinkedIn, let me create a new little branch for LinkedIn on the Content Factory. For LinkedIn, we're posting articles. We're posting 2 steps. We're posting value-driven content, and we're also resharing people's content as well. And also we post the live streams directly to LinkedIn. Same for Twitter. We post the live streams to Twitter as well. And so you can see how this builds out immaculately as a system. Really good. Johnny says, how much do you pay for the hair? Can't remember now, but it's just a few thousand. And then it says, when we get flagged as spam, if we do that on a new account, yeah, just warm it up. Like for us, you might, when you're doing the projections, you just want to start off slow. So for example, if you look at our link, if you look, for example, our Twitter projections, or let's have a look at our initial inputs for Instagram. For Instagram, we just post 5 reels a day, and then we'll gradually scale that up to 8 reels a day. We start off slow, we build it up, just like everything. You don't want to go all in because, as well, you're not as effective first, right? You don't really know what you're doing, you're just trying to figure it out. And so that's basically how we post to LinkedIn. Usually we post about 15 pieces of content per day to LinkedIn. And then we'll also post to this Facebook group. So this is my Facebook group. It's got nearly 11,000 members, as you can see right here. And if we scroll through the content, basically the types of content we produce, live streams, we also post content from our latest videos, and we post 2 steps right here. This got 29 comments, as you can see right here. And so we also use the content from YouTube to power up our Facebook group as well. And so I'm just going to add a new little thread for Facebook group as well. And again, Facebook group, we're going to post live streams. Then we're going to post 2 steps, and then we'll also post links to our latest videos. We also like to post a CTA inside there. So we'll say, if anyone wants a free SEO strategy session, just comment below. But that's basically 4 different ways that we syndicate the content to Facebook groups as well to generate more views on that one single piece of content. And so you can see how one single piece of content powers up the whole process right here. It's absolutely beautiful and it's absolutely crazy. Like when I look at it, I'm like, wow, how do we even do this? Ismail says, hi, Julian, what's the best time you start where your own SEO agency? Do you have to master the SEO or the strategies or just to start? If you want to learn how to build out your own SEO agency from start to finish, just check out the SEO Elite Circle. Links in the comments description, and you get a 72% discount if you sign up today. But inside there, number 1, you can DM me. Number 2, you get weekly coaching calls. But number 3, if you're starting your own website or you're starting an SEO agency, you can see from start to finish, just implement the actions, right? And so if you're like, oh, I don't know what to sell, go right here. If you're like, I don't know how to get leads, just do week 2. That's it. If you're like, I don't know how to get sales, all right, do week 3. I don't know how to hire. Okay, week 4. And it's a very linear system to grow in your SEO agency to get more leads, traffic, and sales. This is based on how I scaled my agency. Same for SEO. If you want to learn SEO, if you just want to start your own website, if you want to scale your website, etc., then from start to finish, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, it's a very linear process. So you cut out all the noise and you just stick to the game plan that's worked for me over and over again. And Johnny says, so everything leads to the free SEO course and it will drip into the paid course. Yeah, so on the back end, you have upsells. So you might have, for example, a free SEO strategy session, and then that leads to selling your program. Or you might have, for example, email blasts where you get the leads and then you email them and you're like, hey, we've got this new coaching program. Do you want to sign up? Etc. And so on the back end, you sell when people ask, and on the front end, you give massive amounts of value. That's basically it for the Facebook group. And then finally, we've got the email as well. So we have generated 57,000 inbound leads. We do daily emails and weekly email blasts. And if you're wondering, okay, how do I get the email addresses? I've actually got this recipe that breaks it down. And step by step, it shows you how to build a funnel, how to build out lead magnets, as you can see. You can even steal the template from me, as you can see right here. And it shows you how to create the page, how to generate leads, also shows you how to create the emails, and finally, how to monetize emails as well. So Johnny, I know you were asking about how to monetize emails. That's basically how we do it, right? This is the process. And we try and deliver like courses, coaching programs. We have a service, community, etc. And we figure out what people want, and then we sell that as a service or a community to them. That's basically it. That's the whole recipe, along with a video tutorial right there. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how do I create the actual page? I've actually got a tool right here for generating the page. And then if you're like, oh, I don't know how to create the emails, I've actually got an example email template inside here. Really easy, really powerful process. You can rinse and repeat it over and over again. And so just inside the content factory as well, we've got email, and we do 2 different types of email. Right? We do the blasts and we also do the daily value emails. What are the value emails? They're basically just saying, hey, we created this new training. Do you want to check it out? That's basically it. And then finally, we'll post our shorts to TikTok and also to IG. Honestly, I'm not a master, so I'm not going to BS you and tell you like, oh, this is exactly how you do it when it comes to shorts on TikTok and Instagram. But if you want to learn what we do, then you can take my recipe right here on shorts and how we do it, etc. What we do, how we do it, FAQs, pretty much everything you need to train someone up to do this exactly the same as me, right? And that's basically how we grew our impressions for Instagram and TikTok, right? So we started off at 150 projected per day, 150 views, and now we're at 3,000 views per day, as you can see right here on Instagram. Same for TikTok. So on TikTok, previously we were at 150 projected views per day. Now we have scaled that to 2002 using this system and process I've shown you. And so just come in right here. I'll add, for example, for the shorts, we're going to add TikTok, and we will also add, for example, IG. And this is all powered from one single video from YouTube. Johnny says, crazy you are sharing so much. I just want to help people. Like, for me, I wish someone had been able to show me this when I was getting started, because it's been an absolutely brutal learning curve. And I think if someone had shown me this 12 months ago, I would have saved a lot of time, frustration, and I would have scaled much faster. So if you never want to worry about leads and traffic again, you're good to go. M Shiv says, I have an email list of 1,000 people. I get 15 to 20% open rates, but I've had a really bad experience selling to people over email. Please enlighten. Basically, let me go back to that SOP for emails. Let me show you exactly what my mindset is when it comes to emails and how to sell via email based on what's working for me, right? So when it comes to emails, my mindset, right, is that it doesn't matter how much traffic you get, it's how much you make that counts, right? And you want to chase money, not traffic, views, or emails. You don't own your SEO traffic. But the cool thing about getting SEO traffic is you can turn it into emails. Now, when it comes to this process, basically, like I say, you want to give as much value as you can on the front end to help people. Then they're going to trust you. And then for the emails daily, just give massive value. And every piece of content should have a CTA to buy. It should redirect people to your content with CTAs. And you're basically building a real business at that point, not just a niche site. Also, when people opt in to the emails, we have a tripwire page that looks like this. And then there's a few different options right here on the email setup. Now, usually what I do when it comes to email copywriting is I will use a tool like this, and I'll actually take the prompts and I'll put it inside the video notes from today for generating emails. So if you want to know my exact prompt for generating emails, which you can see right here, I've got it. And I'll show you some examples of like content I produced earlier today. For example, let me look at this particular video that I generated right here. So I literally just pasted the transcript from the YouTube video. Then I generated 3 different email drafts. So one Dan Kennedy style, another one Alex Hormozy style, as you can see, and finally another one that is Russell Brunson style, right? And using these email templates right here, I can easily generate from the transcript a value-driven email that sends people to the video, which is a free training. And then the more they consume my content, the more likely they are to buy from us eventually. And the good thing about emails, it just takes time and it takes consistency. And so with emails, if you send an email every single day and you give people value every single day, then you can only win, right? And when people are ready to buy, they will buy eventually. And that's basically how we do it step by step. Now, if you want to see exactly how we do that in a lot of detail, I've actually got a whole training inside the SEO Elite Circle, as you can see right here, for email lists. And so if you want to learn, we actually got a 10-minute training that guides you through my best email list, my best email SOPs, etc. Also, if you join the SEO Elite Circle, which is 72% off if you sign up today, inside the SEO Elite Circle, if you go to the SOP section right here, you'll be blown away by the amount of value you get, right? So for example, you can see, I'm just going to zoom in for you so you can see on the actual screen. You can see all these AI SEO SOPs right here. If you want to learn how to rank without a website, you can, including Medium, Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you want to learn how to, for example, create YouTube thumbnails, get my YouTube SOP, my video tracker, the video template that helped me reach 3 million traffic, my faceless workflows, loads of cool stuff in there, you can get it, right? And then we've got my CRO templates. So for example, if you want to steal the ChatGPT opt-in funnel that's generating me so many email opt-ins, you can take that right there. Literally, it's just like you copy and you can steal the template from me. It's literally just like swipe and deploy from high level. And then also, yeah, there's so much stuff in here. So for example, if you want to learn like how to do sales calls for your agency, Facebook groups, public speaking, how to get clients for YouTube, I've got SOPs for every single one of these things with video tutorials, as you can see right here, right? Video tutorial SOP down here, right? And so that's inside the SEO Elite Circle if you sign up. And yeah, that's basically how we do it. CX Nation says, everyone says the money's in the emails. Is it also true in your case? Absolutely. Like emails power the whole business, right? Because 90% of people are not going to be ready to buy your stuff when they first interact with it, right? So we have people who follow my YouTube channel for a year or 2 years, and then eventually they buy from us after we've given them an insane amount of value. And the main thing is, with all this type of content that you're producing, right? So for example, if you look at the whiteboard here and you look at all this content that we're producing, when you've got a content factory like this, you are top of mind when that person is ready to buy. And that's what the whole game is about. So if you're at the top of their mind, you're like, oh, I want to buy from Julian Goldie, then you're going to get the sale, right? If you're like, oh, I need a link builder, of course it's going to be Julian Goldie. I watch his videos every single day. Or, oh, I need someone to coach me on how to do SEO. It's going to be Julian Goldie because that's where I've learned most of my knowledge from already, and that's who's helped me. And so that's basically the process. Now, just to recap on the whole content factory, like I've shown you, I've given you all the tools, all the SOPs, all the prompts from today inside this document, right? So if you want to learn how to do YouTube, right there, along with my best SOPs. If you want to learn how to do SEO, I've given you 3 different SOP options right there. This is free inside the video notes. Just go to traffic diversification inside my free SEO course. And then after that, go to Content Factory. If you want to learn how to do Twitter and scale it, you can steal the 2 tools that help me get there and also my projections template. Same, for example, for LinkedIn, same for Facebook groups, same for email, same for TikTok, same for Instagram, right? It's all there for free. Just copy and steal the processes from me. Now, if you want to understand this whole chart, basically we've got one single YouTube video that goes to a long form. Then it goes to shorts, as you can see right here. After that, it's going to go to email. So we create one value-driven email each day, plus the email blast. And on YouTube as well, we're going to post 4 times on the community. We are going to then post a blog to Medium, to website, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, to Reddit. After that, we'll post to Twitter, as you can see. And on Twitter, we will post a 2-step. We will post a long-form video. We're going to post, for example, a value-driven thread. We'll also post a CTA to book in a free SEO strategy session each day. Additionally, we will post an article. And finally, we'll post a thread. And then for Facebook groups, we post a CTA, a 2-step post, a video, and also a live stream. And the live stream also goes to Twitter, as you can see over there. And then on LinkedIn, we post a live stream. We post read other people's content. We post articles, 2 steps, and also value-driven content. And that's basically the whole content factory in one single place. And that's how we reach millions of people to generate as many leads as we want, right? CX Nation says we don't even need to reverse engineer your success. You're giving us a whole playbook. That's what I'm talking about. It's just, I want to give you as much value as possible. And I want to show you the process that I wish someone had given to me earlier in the game. Now, if you want to get coaching one-to-one on weekly live calls, feel free to get the SEO Elite Circle, 72% off, links in the comments description. Comes with all these courses, comes with the community, comes with weekly calls, as I said. You can also connect with everyone, plus you can DM me anytime you want, as you can see right here in the DMs. Additionally, you get access to the SEO boardroom, and the SEO boardroom just comes with an insane amount of value, right? So you get my best AI SEO SOPs. You can learn how to rank without a website. So if you don't have a website, you can use these processes right here. If you want to learn how to reach millions of people like me on social media, you can. I've got all my best SOPs and templates and tips right here. Additionally, I've got my CRO template so you can steal, swipe, and deploy. And you also find my white label SOPs, agency SOPs based on how I scale to multiple 7 figures. And you've got SOPs for sales calls, sales coaching, Facebook groups, public speaking, YouTube, cold email, book a call funnel, level 10 meetings for EOS, how to sell content, 5 ways to sell SEO, and how to build up email lists and convert them in this SOP right here. We've also got tips on, for example, how I hire freelancers and my best freelancers inside there. And additionally, we've got loads of make automations for AI SEO, including, for example, my video transcript automation, content blueprints, etc. And if you want to make more money, we've got a bunch of make money tutorials right there, including how I rank with affiliate keywords, how I rank on Reddit, how I rank in 24 hours, how I do Bing SEO strategies, etc. And finally, we've got my best link building SOPs on here, right? So Harrow, link relevance guidelines, testimonial link building, how to vet backlinks, free link building strategies to avoid, and you even get a 4-hour training inside your WOP dashboard. So thanks so much for watching. That is pretty much it. If you want to get the SEO Elite Circle, links in the comments description. If you want to get a free SEO strategy session on how to get more leads, traffic, and sales with SEO, and you just want to get everything that I've talked about today customized and personalized to your business, feel free to book that in. Links in the comments description. And we can show you exactly how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors per month. Appreciate everyone who tuned in today. As always, I will see you on the next one. Hope you got a lot of value out of that. Bye-bye.